Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to another day with a reflection from the Word Oracle Alchemy System. Today's reflection is brought to us by the letter O. Let me just bring that in there. O, as you can see on this card. So my name is Lisa Starr Francis, and I'm here once again with the Word Oracle Alchemy System. I'm coming every day to reveal a reflection from one of the 104 cards in this deck. The Word Oracle Alchemy System is a big deck of cards in that the alphabet is the lexicon. So there are 26 cards in 4 color categories. And the Word Oracle has images on one side of the card and a big list of words on the opposite side. And each day I come in to share a short reflection and share an actual direct experience with Word Alchemy, because of course Word Alchemy is a fresh and new practice, not known to many people at this point in time. So this is my way of introducing it to you in a direct experience. And each day, as I said, is brought to us by an alphabet letter. So today is the letter O that we see on the card and the color orange. And each day we get 3 words from the card and we have our direct experience. Because of course, I am here to help you understand that when I say words have frequency, words have a frequency for you. Words have a frequency for me. It's different for all of us. Every word lands differently for different people. And that is because we've all had different life experiences where we are using the same words, but they are being used in everybody's life and have meaning to everybody dependent on the use of the word in their personal life circumstances. And so we are going to feel directly how words feel for us. You're going to feel them for you. I feel them for me. And we all get to understand a little bit more about what it means when a word's frequency, when we can feel it. And the reason we do this is because we use words very commonly all day long. And very few times do we ever stop and think to ourselves, how does that word by itself, not in the sentence, not in the context of the thing we were talking about, but the word by itself, how does that land energetically? How does the body respond to that? Our body feels the energy, and it holds the energy, and it responds to the energy. So this lets us see that. So let's get started with today's 3 O words. The first thing I'm going to do is say a word. Once I have said that word, you are invited to say that word to yourself. You can say it out loud, or you can say it in your head. You're going to say the word, and you're just going to be in the noticing. You want to notice how it feels. That's what you're doing. You want to notice how it feels. So the first word from the letter O today is the word once. O-N-C-E, once. So just say the word once to yourself and notice how it feels. Did you think of the dictionary meaning? Did it take you back to a memory of some type or a type of circumstance where the word once has been used in your life? That's what we're noticing. We're just noticing what happens. What do I feel in my body? What does my mind do when I hear that word by itself? Okay, so the first word was once, and you've had that experience. The second word is outgoing. Outgoing. So we want to say that to ourselves again. Again, it can be out loud or in your head. You're saying the word outgoing. Did it make you feel relaxed? Perhaps you felt nothing, because often words are actually neutral because we don't use them a lot, so they haven't had, we haven't grown any type of relationship with the word because it may not be used a lot in our life. So we're just noticing, am I feeling anything? Nothing? Am I feeling relaxed? Am I feeling tense? We just want to notice what happens when we say these words by themselves. Okay. So we've had the word once, and we've had the word outgoing, and our third O word today is optimization. Optimization. When you say that word, you want to notice where it landed. Where did it land in your body? How did it feel? That's all we're doing. When we do this with the words, we simply want to notice. Now, a little footnote. If you notice that a word made you feel tense or constricted, not at ease, you can write that down, because I have these free events called word bank events, and you can bring those words and we do something to the words. We alchemize them so that they actually land differently for you. So you can keep a list if you're tuning into these videos daily. All right, so that was our direct experience. And now we're going to hear from the card itself. We are going to get a reflection from the card, a reflection that is from the guidebook. And inside the guidebook, this particular guidebook is with the deck itself. And these are one card pulls in this guidebook. And making it very simple to use. And at the back, there's a thing called the Mystical Word Potion, and it's even simpler to use because it is meant to be read. And as it is read, it shifts the way that words feel for us. It alchemizes. It's doing word alchemy simply through us reading it. Okay, so today the letter is the letter O, and the message or the reflection brought to you today by the letter O says, love is the only orientation that can keep life bright and beautiful. Now that's a short quote today. Love is the only orientation that can keep life bright and beautiful. So that is the quote from the Mystical Word Potion from the O card, color orange. And now we're going to talk about the core principle in that statement. Love is the only orientation that can keep life bright and beautiful. Orientation determines experience. That's the first step in life. Orientation determines our experience. The mind can face fear, resentment, or stubborn resistance, or it can turn toward love. When our heart is oriented toward love, life becomes lighter. Relationships soften, perception brightens, and love does not remove difficulty. We all need to know that. Love does not remove difficulty. What it does do is changes the way we need it. So the law here is simple with this card and this message. Where attention is directed with love, life becomes more luminous and more beautiful. So that's the basic core principle of the card. And today, I like to give each day also a bit of a Bible echo, something from the Bible that echoes the same idea. And today we have the quote from 1 John 4:16. It says, God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him. Why this card connects is because love is presented as the very nature of the divine. It is the nature of the divine. And it connects with this card because when life is oriented towards love, like the card said, a person can experience harmony with the divine presence. Okay, so we can have harmony with divine presence even in difficulty. Even in difficulty. Okay, so that is the Bible echo for today. I also like to give us a wisdom echo, and these are from teachers that I read over the last 42 years that I've been reading and studying metaphysics. So, the wisdom teacher quote today comes from an author named Emmett Fox. And the quote from Emmett Fox says, "There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer." There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. And Mr. Fox taught that love is the most powerful spiritual force available to human beings. And of course, this connects with the card because choosing love as one's orientation transforms perception and keeps life bright and beautiful. So, that's today's reflection from the letter O and the words once, outgoing, optimization, and the color orange. I will be back tomorrow with the reflection from the letter P and the color orange. And I hope that these daily videos you are finding something out about yourself when you say the words. I really hope that you are learning how words make you feel, because language is something that we're all using all the time. And it is something that largely we don't pay attention to the individual words. We may know we don't like certain statements or certain types of things, but many of us are not even aware of our singular relationship to single words. And in this word alchemy, when we do word alchemy, we actually do begin to understand our relationship with individual words. And what it allows us to do is that we begin to cultivate word peace with each word that comes up for us. As the word comes up and we cultivate word peace with it, because we realize we're not at peace, it might be making us tense. As we cultivate that for ourselves, the frequency of the word switches for us. And when the frequency of the word switches for us and it's inside of us energetically, that switched energy, that shifts everything else that we're hearing as well. So as we shift word by word, cultivating word peace, one word at a time, that actually benefits and shifts the energy that we experience overall with all words. So although we only work with maybe one or two words at a time, we can, through those one or two slight shifts, actually begin to feel less triggered by all kinds of things, because as words are landing in us, whether we are aware of it or not, we are feeling their frequency. And having a tool where we can choose the frequency that does put us in the seat of the sovereign ruler of our mind kingdom and of our word bank, which is full of energy. And any energy that our body is experiencing it, if we can actually make that energy more peaceful by cultivating peace with those words, we're sure to feel it in more ways than one. We're sure to feel it in our body and notice it in our circumstance. And one thing for sure, the Word Oracle Alchemy System once you start to work with it, your relationship with words in general, it shifts almost right away. Most people would say that their relationship with words has shifted just beginning to work with the deck and the processes. Of course, you don't have to get the deck, because I have lots of programs that allow you to work with the deck without owning it. So there are many things you can do in order to alchemize the words and switch the energy for yourself and become the sovereign who says, this word means this for me, and I choose that. And why would we want to do that? Do you know that every word you're speaking, every word you're using, is actually borrowed language? It is, until you make it sovereign. So again, I'll be back tomorrow with the Word Oracle Alchemy System and a message, a reflection from the letter P. See you then. Take it easy.